Hello again, everybody. So glad you are here for lesson 3 of Mythbusters. In today's lesson, we'll be busting the myth that there is no hell. Or said in question form, is hell a real place? It's become clear to me looking backwards over the last 40 to 50 years, there's been a shift in society. And if the truth be told, it has affected the church. In some cases, there's been a conscious effort to sanitize the gospel, such as removing the blood from the hymnal. The very narrow teaching against sin, you can't preach everything as sin. There's just very limited, select, very heinous sins that you can preach against. And also, we are told over and over again, we need to be more tolerant towards people, which really means let people come as they are, and the bad part is stay as they are. It's also evident that churches have become more commercialized, promoting large numbers and bigger offerings more than teaching fundamental doctrine. It has become clear that hell is not preached much because every year for the last 35 years, less Christians believe that hell is real than the year before. As for my experience, I remember being 5 or 6 years old and my Sunday school teacher teaching us, yes, she taught us about hell. She got down on our level and she made it stick. A few days later, I was laying on the linoleum floor and had my ear pressed flat. Then I remembered what my Sunday school teacher said, telling us that hell was down there. I thought, and then I wondered, and then I said, I wonder if I could hear hell. So I tuned in to what I could hear, and would you believe it? I heard footsteps. I sprang up and said, Daddy, Daddy, I hear the devil walking around in hell. He laughed. He had been tapping his foot on the floor. What a scare. As you can tell, my teacher firmly planted the reality of hell in my mind and in my heart. The evangelist of a bygone era, John Wesley, said, give me 100 men who fear sin and desire nothing but God, and we will shake the gates of hell. Believing hell is real is fundamental to your faith. I'm afraid in an effort to make Christianity more palatable, the message of hell has been left out of many churches. But just because it's not preached and just because many choose not to believe there is a place reserved for the wicked and unbelievers does not make it so. Jesus believed in hell. One of the most radical sermons he ever preached is when he says, it would be better that you cut off your own hand or pluck out your own eye than to go to that place called hell. For in that place, the worm dies not and the fires are not quenched. I ask you a question today. How bad must hell be that self-mutilation is a good option? Or in the parable of the rich man and Lazarus who was a beggar, the rich man asked for one drop of water to cool his tongue. Now let me ask the question again. How bad must hell be that one drop of water would improve your situation? If you have parented any time, you know in your parenting toolbox, you have multiple tools, but one that we use a lot is positive reinforcement. You may say, what is positive reinforcement? Well, it is where we offer a prize or extend some opportunity for pleasure to our child if they will do what is right or if they will behave themselves. But we also have another tool in our toolbox, and it is negative reinforcement. Now you say, what is negative reinforcement? Well, it is where we promise them time out or another punishment in order to affect their behavior. Yes, that they would be good. Now let me say, as a pastor who loves God and loves people, I always gravitate to the positive. I always want to think about heaven and the goodness of God. But can I say today, if that can't completely motivate or inspire you to do what you should, you can be motivated by remembering that there is a place that has been prepared for Satan. Some call him the devil. He wants to take as many people, I would say God's children, with him as he can. So as I get ready to turn you over to your teacher, please remember that it is imperative that we bust the myth that there is no hell so the world can be prepared. Thank you, and until next time.